What's up, everybody? Welcome to BCM. This is Michael, and it's been a while, but I'm back. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hey, why not join our Patreon family also? Stick around to the end to see what the experts have to say. I'll put a timestamp below, but first I'll break down what I think. It may not be the fight that everybody was hoping to see, but Saturday the 24th of July will be, I think many will agree, the end of discussion, put her to bed, final and decisive conclusion to who was the better man in the ring, in a final installment to the saga that is Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. People believe that this has already been settled, but the bout for the WBC and Ring Magazine heavyweight title will once again take place in Las Vegas, and this third fight will come with some new and different dynamics that will make the showdown all that more interesting. The boxing world had hoped to see Tyson Fury take on Anthony Joshua to decide who would be the undisputed heavyweight champ and holder and keeper of all the belts, but arbitrators dictated that Fury must face Wilder as per their fight rematch clause. Fury's US promoter Bob Arum said that he would honour the ruling and not pay Wilder step-aside money, and that the Fury-Joshua fight presumably will still happen, but at a later date. Fury, now holding a record of 30 victories with 21 by way of knockout and the single draw, a draw he picked up in his first encounter with Wilder back in 2018, will be coming into this fight with his typical self-confidence and self-belief, and for good reason. Not only does he already hold a victory over Wilder that he earned in their second bout, but he was also floored by Wilder's devastating power in their first bout, only to recover and close out the rest of that fight with a dominant performance. From the outside observer's perspective, Fury's psychological warfare has affected Wilder in the same way it affected Klitschko when Fury beat him and took his WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO and Ring Magazine belts back in 2015. Fury, under the guidance of trainer Sugar Hill Stewart, nephew of legendary boxing trainer and one-time lead trainer at Detroit's famous Crunk boxing gym, Emmanuel Stewart, has adapted a more aggressive and offensive strategy against Wilder, and this strategy by Stewart was largely the reason for Fury's victory in their second bout. At 6'9" and around 250 pounds approximately, Fury moves extremely well around the ring. An outstanding ring IQ and elusive defense makes him not only difficult to hit, but even dangerous to do so because of his counter-punching ability. But Fury has promised to knock out Wilder even faster than he did in their rematch, indicating that his strategy in this third encounter will once again focus on aggression and coming forward. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Seems reasonable to me. Putting Wilder on the back foot is something that occurred to Gypsy King late in their first meeting and put that strategy to work, effectively so, to close out that first encounter. And we saw what that approach did in the rematch. I expect more of the same. Deontay Wilder stands at a crossroads in his career. Obviously, he is a proud man, and I think to say that he has struggled with his first professional loss is an understatement. Forget all the allegations of glove tampering or excuse of a heavy costume in the ring walk leading up to his rematch and ultimate loss to Fury. I think the issue is that with Wilder's winning mindset, it has ill-prepared him in accepting defeat and coping with it. I'll take some mind-reading liberties here and even say that I believe his draw in the first bout with Fury was a loss to him because it wasn't a win. To go on and lose so convincingly in the Fury rematch has clearly affected him psychologically. The 35-year-old Alabaman holds a record of 42 wins with a ridiculous 41 of them by way of knockout. He has the one loss to Fury by TKO and the one draw, also to Fury. This is important because I believe that Fury is Wilder's boogeyman. I've made videos before where I have stated that boxers and professional fighters all have that one fighter that seems to hold some kind of hoodoo or control over them. It doesn't always have to be technical superiority. Sometimes it can be psychological also. For Wilder, Fury is that guy. Wilder is now trained by former heavyweight Malik Scott, and also Wilder looks focused leading up to his third bout with Fury, but focus doesn't mean confident. The fact that Wilder hardly uttered a word in a recent press conference and sat there with the headphones on the entire time tells me that he doesn't want to hear Fury or what Fury has to say, and I'm sure that the less of Fury Wilder sees, the better. Of course, up until the weigh-ins face-off and the actual fight night, obviously. In other words, whatever it takes to not let Fury inside his mind. The preoccupation with this strategy tells me that Fury has already made himself comfortable and at home in Wilder's mind. The Bronze Bomber still carries a great equalizer in both his hands, and his record should be a constant reminder of that. There is always a knockout threat from Wilder, but the key really lies in his ability to fight moving back against Fury. He can't stand and trade with Fury, even if he possesses that spark out power, because Fury knows how to tie his man up and knows how to trade in close. He can't chase Fury down because Fury knows how to be evasive and also counter. And he won't have to chase him anyway, as Fury will come looking for Wilder. So really, Wilder needs to learn how to catch Fury moving backwards, and I really see this as his only chance. I think he lacks the ability to outbox Fury, and he also lacks the boxing IQ, or at least it's definitely not on the same level as Fury. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to collect scabs off old wounds from random people and eat them like cornflakes with some almond milk, but Fury gets the win in this third encounter. I said earlier that Wilder sits at the crossroads. He has to prove that he can overcome losing and get back to winning, because this is also what champions are made of. If not, he will continue down a dark and painful path. I think he can do it, but not now, not against Fury. Fury has already won in my mind psychologically, but Wilder will regroup and he will get back on track after his boogeyman, Fury, extracts himself from out of his life. Before we hear from the experts, a reminder that if you want to show your support, you can like, share and subscribe. You can help this channel grow by becoming a Patreon member, which comes with some perks. Check out the description for more info. Life is a fight outside the ring, and if you are struggling with depression, anxiety, substance abuse, low self-esteem, debt, sleepless nights, and so much more, I can tell you that I have been there, and I have some crazy stories to share, but more importantly, I turned my life around, and my experiences might help you to do the same. You can find out in my book, How to Get Out of Life Traps. It's available on Amazon. Just follow the link below. Looking for an opportunity to make money? That cryptocurrency is so hard right now. I'm not a financial advisor, but it's pretty obvious that it is growing in popularity and utility, and many folks think that they have missed the boat on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, but they couldn't be further from the truth. You can mine Bitcoin on your laptop, PC and mobile phone if they're half decent without having to splurge on expensive mining rigs. In fact, you can do it for free. This is not a paid sponsor. I would be in trouble with YouTube if it was and I didn't declare it. It's just simply a great opportunity and something that I'm doing. And CryptoTab can help you generate income. Click the links below and start earning money today!